It's like a,
Good.
good.
Good. And it's not going back and forth anymore.
Actually, no.
Good.
If I wanted to, it can, but
Sure.
no. Yeah.
But it doesn't automatically.
No.
There it is. That's fantastic. So that means that the anchor that was holding that old memory in place was this whole situation with that girl in school.
Yes. Interesting. Gosh, it's crazy.
Isn't it? Isn't it fascinating? That's why I love this work so much. All right.
Last week or 2 years ago, and I cannot find any connection to any childhood things, and it usually has something to do with animal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
That just, it's horrible. And I sometimes can't get the images out of my head, and I don't know how to deal with something like that.
Okay, yes, very good. Good question. And so there's two things here. The first thing, which is the very basic thing, is that the brain is designed to focus on the danger. So if there is something that is so horrible, the brain is fixated on it because it thinks that's danger. So it's keeping its eye on the bear. And I know that I had somebody I was very close to was killed in an accident, and my brain was obsessed with replaying what I thought happened. And I couldn't sleep. It was really hectic. And that was before I was doing all this work. So I know that feeling. Now, so that's one piece of it. That is the natural tendency of the brain. And knowing that helps because you think, okay, this is normal. It's not something that's not normal. This is to be expected. And then we go to how to change it. So regarding childhood links, one thing that I would say is when you think of that kind of, and I don't want you to think of the actual memories or anything, I just want you to think of the feeling you get. Can you identify that without thinking of the actual things?
Been trying to think about something. I grew up surrounded by farms. I grew up where animals were slaughtered and was completely differently though. I remember the woman at the farm leading the bull to the butcher. I didn't watch them slaughter it, but I knew what was happening, and that was all normal. And
so this is the part that I really want to make a point of, is this is a great example of how it may be a completely different topic.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what's so important. It may not be anything to do with animals or anything like that. So what we're looking for is just the feeling you get when you think of those incidents, and then just that feeling, if anything comes from childhood. And in addition to the fact it may be a different topic, it may make no sense as well. It may seem completely random. And grab that straight away. Don't ignore it or filter it. So
I actually have something. It's kind of mistreatment of this very overweight schoolgirl she was. Maybe it was first or second grade.
Yeah, there you go. So if that's popped up right now, it means that's definitely connected, because otherwise your brain wouldn't have brought it up.
Yeah, very true.
As you think of that incident in school, what are the feelings there?
Absolute sadness. And actually, I was mean to her.
Okay.
So
that's adding a whole
and I went home horrified about myself and asked my mom to give me cookies so I could bring her cookies the next day, because I felt horrible about doing that.
Yeah, there you go. So do you see how that piece, the fact that you were mean to her, adds a whole other level of horror to the things you're seeing now? Because now there's an aspect of somehow I'm involved. This is about, you know what I mean? So there's no logic.
I haven't thought about that. It's funny. I had worked with Steve on that memory, and all of a sudden it comes back up. I guess I didn't work on it enough. I didn't change it and practiced enough.
Well, what it is sometimes when we change other things, we've missed a spot, or what most of the time it can be is more stepping stones are needed.
Yeah.
There may be aspects of it that are still holding it in place like a root. So let's take a look at it and what stepping stones are needed. What happened when you asked your mum for cookies to take to her the next day? Did you do that? Did you give her the cookies?
And she did give me a small bag of cookies, and yes, I took them.
Oh, good. And
at least that's how I remember it.
Yeah. So, and how did that feel when you gave her the cookies?
She didn't want them, but well, she was of course upset, and I didn't really know how to apologize.
There's another layer. Do you see that link there? Because there's another layer of complete helplessness. You can't change it, and you can't change these things that are happening with animals. So
that's exactly it. Yes.
So many layers to this, and that's why it's so intense, and that's why your brain won't let go of it.
Yeah. Oof.
Good job.
I didn't think of something like that, because I thought, it was a video on YouTube. I was looking for animal YouTubes, especially horses. And then this popped up where Lily was mistreated. And that, bam, right smack. And I can't, Now
it
I
makes
get it.
perfect sense. Everybody who has compassion and cares about living things will feel upset. Absolutely.
Yeah,
You see
yeah,
something, but it's the fixation that indicates
yeah,
there's something
yeah,
else. So that's really good. Okay, so
yeah.
let's have a look at, I think the first stepping stone we need to do is that everything happened the way it did, and you took her the cookies and she was thrilled. And she goes, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that." How would that have felt for you?
Oh, yeah, great.
Yeah.
Of course, because that way I feel like my apology was accepted, even though I didn't say I'm sorry, but it was accepted as an apology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And perhaps she even hugs you. You hug each other.
Yeah, actually, we actually become friends.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. So that's the first stepping stone. And the reason it's still just a stepping stone is because the other pieces need to change as well. So that's the first stepping stone on its own. And for those who are new to stepping stones, I'll put the link in the description of this video. So that's first stepping stone. The second stepping stone is that you are mean. So whatever you did happened, but you immediately correct it in the moment. And so in the moment, you say to her, "You know what? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said that or done that or whatever it is." And she
her in the
says,
stomach.
"Pardon?"
I punched her in the stomach.
Punched her in the stomach. Okay, so you punch her in the stomach, but you were a child, right? So you punched her in the stomach. And how about this? She's wearing a protection thing. So it's like padding. So she laughs.
Yeah.
You punch her in the stomach and she laughs. And you laugh. And then you're wearing, oh, you know those sumo wrestling suits that you can get, that children, you're wearing those. And so you're actually playing. You're
It's
punching
actually,
each other.
the air is letting out. It's making a funny sound.
There you go.
So
there
yeah.
How does that feel?
That is funny. That is good.
Fantastic. Very, very good. So that's that piece. Now let's look at the rest of it, which is everybody is mean to this girl. And is it that she gets teased? Is it that she gets into trouble a lot? And you don't have to go into any details, just more or less.
I don't know. I only remember that there was a small school in the neighboring town, and that had to close for a little bit. And those students came over for a few weeks, and she was part of them. I don't recall anybody else being mean to her, but what I remember is, what I'm thinking is that I did it to up my rank within my circle.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So what if, let's preset the scene. So the girl hasn't arrived yet. That hasn't happened yet. You are in school and you are the most popular kid in school. Everyone loves you. Everyone wants to be with you. Everyone wants to be your friend. Everyone wants to sit next to you. How would that feel on its own first?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And as you walk into the classroom, all the other kids are going, "Come sit with me. Come." "No, she sat next to you yesterday. It's my turn." That kind of thing.
It's a bit difficult because my brain is now saying why we had assigned seats.
Okay, good. This is such a great example. So thank you for that. Now we answer that with, this is just neurons connecting. It doesn't matter. This doesn't have to make sense.
Oh, yeah. The teacher says today we are changing seats.
There you go.
Choose. That's exactly it. Yes.
That's great. Yes, very good. And so for everybody else as well, remember that the only questioning of logic is going to come from the conscious mind, and you have control over that. The unconscious part of the brain doesn't use logical reason. So if you change a memory in a certain way, and there's a logical reason why it wouldn't have been that way, the unconscious part of your brain won't know that and won't question it. So it's only the conscious mind, and you can answer that. So good job, Harriet. So how does that feel then, of where everybody wants to sit next to you and you are the most popular kid in school?
I get to choose, and that's really good. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
And that is another separate reference on its own where you have control over what you experience.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So now from that positioning where you are, that girl turns up. How do you respond to that girl turning up as a new child?
I'm inviting her to sit next to me.
That's it. Exactly.
Yes. And gosh, that feels good.
Yes.
Yes.
So there's the compassion, the kindness, the generosity.
So needed. Yes.
I've got waves of goosebumps as we're talking this through, because that now, you see, where you were before, you were in a state of survival.
Yeah.
Because you weren't safe, and therefore you weren't going to be generous or compassionate to anybody else. That's human, that's survival. But now that you are safe, now you have plenty to give.
And deep down inside, I knew that the protection and empathy was needed.
Yes.
That's why I asked my mom to give me the cookies. But
that's because that's who you really are.
Yeah, exactly.
You really are. Yes. And that's who everyone really is, but it becomes covered up with all the protection mechanisms and the survival mechanisms. Once we have what we need, it's natural, human, automatic to give and to be protective and to be compassionate and to be altruistic.
Yes. It's like a
Good job.
Yes, I know.
Very good. So now you'll want to, of course, repeat those new memories until they're established.
Yes.
Repeat the stepping stones until they feel established, and then go to the final memory, which is you're the most popular kid in school. And when she comes,
Yeah, and I'm inviting her. That is the best part of it. Exactly.
That's it. Yes. Now you want to establish those, but let's check in the meantime just to see when you think of one of those situations with the animals, what's there now? Is it the same? Is it different?
There are two scenarios. One was I was driving down the road. It was extremely hot, and there was a puppy trying to keep up with the owner, I guess, and he was walking very fast, and I was just horrified. And I changed that memory into, dogs when they are very proud and they are prancing.
Nice.
It changes to that, but it always goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Yes.
So, and the
See
other
if you
one
can get that new memory now.
Yeah, I need to change that still.
Yes, it was going back and forth because you still had the childhood references there.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So let's see. And there may be others. There may be other references as well. So we just want to test. Can you imagine that new memory now with that little dog ever so proudly?
I can totally imagine that.
Good. And it's not going back and forth anymore.
Actually, no.
Good.
If I wanted to, it can, but
sure.
No. Yeah.
But it doesn't automatically.
No.
There it is. That's fantastic. So that means that the anchor that was holding that old memory in place was this whole situation with that girl in school.
Yes. Interesting. Gosh, it's crazy.
Isn't it? Isn't it fascinating? That's why I love this work so much. All right.